For those of you who have not watched my previous 3 YouTube videos where I watch Apple's Get Mac ads from a specific year to see how they age, in this video I will be watching, you all know I'll be watching Apple's Get Mac ads, commercials from 2009. I'll be seeing how well they aged. And I do promise that this video this time will not be screwed up like in my last video, so that you can actually see the ads in full. This will be my final part of the reaction series to my Get Mac ads, because Apple stopped making ads for our campaign in late 2009 and shut it down June 2010 for no known reason. Without further ado, let's get into the reaction. So let me just get my recording started, or the screen recording. All right.
What's with the biohazard suit?
Oh, the biohazard suit?
Yeah.
There's this major new PC virus that's on the loose.
Yeah, I heard about it. It's scary.
PC viruses and malware have tripled in the past year. Some estimates put it 20,000 new ones are discovered every day. You're lucky you don't have to deal with this stuff, Mac.
What about you? Are you gonna live in this suit forever?
What?
I said, are you gonna live in that suit forever?
I couldn't hear you through my virus-proof mask.
Well.
Alright, so this has aged pretty well because it does prove a point that PCs get so many more viruses than Macs. However, the reason why that is not necessarily because Macs are more secure than PCs, which I mean they are to some degree, but Macs are still vulnerable to malware, but just because that Windows is the most major operating system, it's the most commonly used, so that's why it gets so many viruses. This isn't as big of an issue anymore, but Windows viruses, there's still more Windows viruses than Mac viruses. So yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I have an incredibly easy-to-use PC.
What is that, buddy?
Well, it's just a little legal copy. See, saying I'm much more simple and intuitive than you, Mac, requires a little explanation.
Did your legal copy just grow?
Yeah, I see. Usually PCs require a lot of regular maintenance, downloading security patches, virus scans. I can't just go out there and say, hey, getting started on PC is the easiest thing in the world.
Whoa, that's a lot of legal copy.
Watch this. PCs are now 100% trouble-free. Whoa.
Look at that.
That's a lot of legal copy.
Alright, so this does prove a very good point. This has aged pretty well today because it proves a pretty good point about Macs, which is the PCs, which is that they haven't really aged that, which that's not what I'm trying to say, which is that they're not incredibly easy to use because you have to regularly maintain them, like you have to download antivirus and all that stuff, whereas you don't really have to worry about that with a Mac because, again, Macs aren't the main target of viruses. But on PCs, you obviously have to worry about that, and because PCs are just not easy, or Windows in general is just not easy to use, so yeah, unfortunately, because of the way I'm watching this on my MacBook now, I can't really see the ads that well, or the text that well, so that is a shame because I'd be more curious to see what all it says, but unfortunately, this is just because the text is not designed to be viewed on modern screens, it's designed to be viewed on, even that back then, some people were still using CRTs, so yeah, let's go on to the next ad though.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I'm having a very difficult time finding pictures of my friend.
Wait, so you're just gonna look through your thousands of photos until you find it?
Yes, one by one. What other way is there?
Well, iPhoto actually has this cool new feature called Faces, where you just tag a face once, and iPhoto automatically finds other pictures of that person for you, and then just puts them all in the same place.
It's facial recognition technology.
Yeah.
Sounds expensive.
No, actually, it comes free on every new Mac. It's part of iLife.
Well, I guess I could refine my search method.
How's that?
You do it.
Oh.
Yes, this ad has aged very well today because even though iPhoto, of course, doesn't exist anymore, you can still use facial recognition software in the Apple Photos app to this day to identify faces in photos. Whereas in Windows, there's no way of doing that. Still, now 14 years later, there's still no way to search for individual faces in photos on Windows. Wow, Apple's way ahead of the game on that one. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac, and I have a PC
Oh,
headed
this
to
is
the
the
future.
best.
What? The future, really?
Yes, Mac. Throughout human history, PCs have had to deal with freezing, crashing, error messages. I need to know if we're ever going to work the way we should. So I'm going to the year 2150.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, good luck. I hope it works. Greetings, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. With Future PC, have they figured out how to fix our issues? Have they figured out how to make us as stable and as hassle-free as a Mac?
Future PC just froze.
So that answers that question.
Yeah, this ad, even though we're not quite to 2150 yet, and by that I mean we're still, let me do the math here, we're still 127 years away from that future, when by then probably quantum computers and maybe even the next step beyond that will be ruling the world. Yeah, though this ad has aged very well, because we're now 14. It's now been 14 years since this ad aired, and PCs still. When Microsoft really hasn't fixed any of the major problems with PCs that Apple mentioned in these ads, which is that they're so buggy. They're still made mainly for boring tasks. Microsoft, I guess, does have a new video editor called Clipchamp, but still not nearly as good as iMovie and Final Cut Pro. And yeah, this is, I think, the best aging ad out of all the Get a Mac ads. So it still holds the best to this day. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
I'm a Mac genius.
Incredibly helpful Mac geniuses. Must be so great to have a real person you can go to when you need help.
What does that do for you?
Well, customer care representative.
Yes, that's very good.
Okay, I'll try software then. Thanks. What I'm trying to explain is they told me to call you. Hello? Representative. What do you mean you just sell computers? Customer care! It's about the same. Same, actually.
Actually, because this ad is mentioning the Genius Bar, I hate to admit, but the PC is actually right. Because I don't know if you know anything about the Genius Bar now, but they just don't really offer a whole lot of help at all. And even though it's not quite that, as much hassle as that, it still is a whole lot of hassle, so I'll actually say the PC is right in this ad, like I do oftentimes whenever they mention Apple Store geniuses. So yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. You know, there are tons and tons of PCs out there.
Yes,
so I
that's
brought
true.
the whole range by to help find the one that's best for her.
A lot of PCs.
So what do you want?
Well, I want a computer with a big screen.
Okay, small screen, speed it. What else?
Well, I want it to have a fast processor.
Okay, slow PCs, go. What else?
I just need something that works without crashing or viruses or a ton of headaches.
Did you say no viruses or crashes or headaches?
Yeah.
Ugh, she's all yours, man.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I'm a Mac.
I'm a Megan.
Yep, you can't do that at all. Yep, you can't. Yep, that's the truth with PCs. There's no PC without a ton of headaches, and I mean, it's not like my Mac doesn't have a ton of headaches too, especially on Ventura, which isn't even that great. It still isn't even that it's still not nearly as unstable as Windows 11. It just does have a few bugs sometimes, like OBS, such as an OBS bug. And yeah, let's go ahead and go on to the next ad. But one thing to point out is that the lady said, "Hi, I'm a Megan." And I think when Intel did their campaign back in 2021 against Apple, when Apple switched to Apple, right after Apple switched to Apple Silicon, they brought Justin Long, who plays the Mac in these ads, to get back. He says, "Hi, I'm a Justin." So I'm wondering if this ad is where my Intel got the inspiration for that. Just saying. Let's go to the next ad now.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
PC Choice Chat.
PC Choice Chat.
Yes, a radio show that helps people pick the best PCs for them. Hey, let's go to the phones. Tom from Kalamazoo, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? What PC do you recommend for people who hate getting viruses?
Oh, that's a good question.
Crank call. Let's go to
That's
Wendy from
not
Fairfield.
good.
Hello.
What PC offers great customer support like Mac Geniuses?
No, not doing that one. Let's go to Greg from Dearborn, Michigan. You're on the air.
I'm a longtime PC user. Now I'm thinking about switching to Mac.
I love doing that.
The PC is being very rude. I don't think his career is going to last much longer, but yeah, that's true. I mean, except for the Genius Bar, Apple Store Genius thing, which they're not actual geniuses. In fact, sometimes they're even idiots, but yeah, yeah. I just want a PC that works, but But I think the PC is helping the listeners choose the best PC for them, which is not a PC. It's called a Mac. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm looking to buy a great computer.
Oh, great. I'd go with a PC.
But I want one that just works without thousands of viruses and a ton of headaches.
That's a PC.
Really? I thought Macs were much more stable and secure than PCs.
They're not. You can't believe everything you hear.
Oh no, I
I'm
know.
gonna think about it.
Just get a PC.
It never ends.
I don't even want to ask.
Yeah, the Mac the PC tried to dress up as a Mac to try to trick Apple. Again, this is partly of Microsoft's response to. This might be slightly influenced by Microsoft's response ad campaign to this called I Think I'm a PC, or I think it's called I Am a PC. I'm not too sure on that though. Yeah, let's go on to the next ad though.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC.
And I'm looking to buy a great computer.
Well, allow me to introduce the top-of-the-line PC.
Well, I want a computer with a big screen
Look no further.
and a really fast processor.
Some say I'm too fast.
And I want one that just works without thousands of viruses and tons of headaches.
Look, lady, any PC you get's gonna have those problems.
That's true.
Well, I think I'll go with Mac.
Great.
When you're ready to compromise, you call me.
Nope, I don't think she's ready to compromise. Yeah, the main reason, and even Microsoft fails to realize the main reason why people buy PCs is just because they're pretty ignorant to Macs and that they think Macs are too expensive and whatnot. But if you really want a computer that doesn't have any issues, you gotta go to Mac. Like, even still to this day, you still gotta go with Mac. Like a Mac. Like, there's no, you can't have a PC that actually works, especially with Windows, modern standby and whatnot, and how Windows 11 is helping to reduce carbon emissions via wasting people's energy, time, and electricity, of course. Yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC Mac. It's been kind of a rough quarter, so I brought in a trainer to get me back on top of my game.
Come on, get started, you bucket of bolts. PC Mag rated Mac #1 in customer support. Are you just gonna take that?
No.
PC World's readers called Mac #1 in reliability. He's laughing at you.
I'm not laughing.
He's #1 in customer satisfaction. What are you?
Okay, maybe we could try some positive reinforcement at this point.
Sure. Doing a good job, Mac.
Nice.
Hey.
Yep, there's not a whole lot of positive reinforcement to give PCs other than some gaming PCs cool RGB lighting, which is probably going to break. Like my RGB strip lights back there, it broke after a year. Yeah. PCs don't have a whole lot of positive reinforcement. And even the people that buy PCs don't really care all that much about computers. So, yeah. Or at least most of the people. So, yeah, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC, and here at PC Innovations Lab...
Wait, PC Innovations Lab?
Well, you know how you have your patented MagSafe cord that pops out anytime someone trips over it?
Sure.
Well, we're protecting PCs with this new air-cushioned enclosure.
It's bubble wrap.
And you know how you have your revolutionary new battery that lasts almost an entire workday? Well, we are offering this new extremely long cord.
PC, shouldn't innovations make people's lives easier?
Well, that's exactly why we've developed these. Cheers to innovation.
Yeah, it's not real innovation using a super long extension cord. And this ad holds up even better today than it did back then, because nowadays that most Macs are now using ARM, and all PCs are still using Intel or AMD chips that are less efficient. That again just goes to show you how Apple's still slacking off in a sense. Or not Apple, Windows computers are just slacking off in terms of battery life, so they kind of have to just have a super long extension cord and whatnot. But it just goes to show you how Microsoft likes to build their operating system with just lots of bubble wrap, kind of like Microsoft Windows Defender. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Hey, Mac, did you hear the good news? Windows 7 is out, and it's not going to have any of the problems my last operating system had. Trust me.
I feel like I've heard this before.
So have I.
Windows Vista's here, and it's not going to have any of the problems that Windows XP had. It's not going to have any of the problems that Windows ME had. It's not going to have any of the problems that Windows 98 had. It's not going to have any of the problems Windows 95 had. It's not going to have any of the problems Windows 2 had. Trust me. This time it's going to be different. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't trust the PC, and this is still true to this day because Windows 7, even though it's still a lot more stable than Windows Vista apparently was, Windows 7 still is not the most stable operating. It's still not that stable, as I've had countless bugs in Windows 7. Windows 8 and 8.1, of course, are just not all that great of their own. Windows 10 got to be pretty unstable, and Windows 11 is even worse. So, yeah, and then Microsoft tries to say that it's going to not have any of the problems that the previous version of Windows have. They don't say that, but that's still pretty irritating how Microsoft never fixes things. Which again, how this is a pretty good well-aging ad in this campaign. Let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC taking you live to the Windows 7 launch. Hello.
Ooh.
Hello, PC and Mac. Well, as you can see, there is upgrade fever all around me. Tell me, sir, how excited are you?
Really excited. We're finally switching to a Mac.
Well, to a Mac, why? Why would anyone say that?
If we have to move all of our stuff, why not move to the computer that's #1 in customer satisfaction?
Whoa,
That's true.
Cut that feed, please. Let's go to commercial.
We are a commercial.
That
Let's
is
go to
true.
another commercial.
What if the show was coming back on? Though I guess Apple could supposedly put it in a break so that way that wouldn't happen. But yeah, that is pretty funny how the piece. But Microsoft really did screw people over with this one because Windows Vista, because it took them 3 years to fix it. At least with Apple, there's a new macOS version every year. And the same goes for with Windows 10, you didn't really get a good fix for it for 6 years because it was 6 years in between versions that time. Microsoft didn't even begin Windows 11 development until October of 2020. And of course, Windows 11, it's going to be years before we see Windows 12 or 13 or whatever the next version of Windows is. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go to the next ad.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
And I'm an XP user who's getting ready for the big move
People love Windows 7.
to Mac.
Oh, what?
Well, they say moving to Windows 7 would be a fresh start, but the real fresh start would be moving to a computer like Mac, who's rated #1 in customer satisfaction.
That is true.
Look, I could stick with what I know.
Yes.
But what I know is pain and frustration.
That is true, people.
I did. I'm gonna go with Mac.
Oh, great.
Well, you don't have to rush into anything. You don't have to make up your mind.
Yes, she does. But this just goes to show you, like, to anybody watching this video who's a PC user, like, if that's really all PC users know, especially even at the time, is just pain and frustration. And so you might as well go to Mac, which is not known for pain and frustration.